Ladies, one of the worst mistakes that you'll make in your love life is trying to build a relationship with a man who isn't fully invested in you. A man who makes you feel not good enough, makes you overthink your connection with him, fills you with doubt and anxiety. My name is Ismael Gomez. I'm a coach, writer, and speaker. And if you're wondering how to become a man's priority instead of an option, you're in the right channel. Because in this video, I will teach you how to stop being someone's plan B and become his first choice. And ladies, if you're multitasking right now, then that means that you're treating my content as an option and you're not making your self-development a priority. So give me your full attention because this video may change your relationships completely, okay? So let's begin. Number 1, signs you're not his priority. Before I give you any solutions, let's quickly go over some signs that you're not a man's main interest. Because what I find with many women I coach is that quite often you feel something is off in the way he treats you, but you're not sure if it's his behavior or your perception. Therefore, here's a few signs you're not a man's priority. He only spends time with you when it's convenient for him and has nothing else going on. He constantly cancels plans and breaks his promises. He doesn't appreciate what you do for him, but rather feels entitled to your time and attention. Meeting your needs feels like a burden to him rather than something that he enjoys doing to make you feel safe. Criticizes you often because deep down he wants you to be someone else. And he barely shows interest in things that matter to you. And you see, the key point in all of this is that when a man doesn't treat you like a priority, the relationship feels one-sided because everything revolves around him extracting from you. You know, your time, intimacy, affection, instead of both of you adding value to each other's lives. Number 2, the law of reciprocity. Here's a confusion that many women face in a relationship is when you wonder if you're asking for too much or if you're not demanding enough. And the simplest way to gain clarity is to always be willing to ask for the same things that you're currently giving him. For example, if you've been texting him good morning every day for the past couple of weeks, it's entirely reasonable for you to expect him to do the same for you every now and then. And you shouldn't have to compromise if this is important to you. If you're putting in the work, giving him your time and attention, while he only offers you breadcrumbs in return, you're not just in a bad deal, you're also teaching him that he can get away with minimal effort. You're showing him that he can get everything he wants without contributing much. And by the way, ladies, this applies to all partners, okay? Even a kind, secure man can fall into this dynamic. Because I know that a lot of you think that only narcissistic or immature partners will behave like this. But I always give you the example. If I offer you all the Netflix movies, okay, completely for free for 3 months, and then on the 3rd month I tell you, hey, you need to start paying $15 a month if you want to keep watching the movies. You're probably going to dislike that idea because I set the expectation of free access at the beginning. So when you're not getting what you want, I suggest that you communicate directly your new standards or pull out of this one-sided relationship. And you have to be ready to lose that person if they don't put any effort. This is the only way that you can turn your life around.
So what would you do if I was going on holiday every other month?
You'd be single.
Really?
Are we going together? You're going by yourself. Sometimes. Oh no, you'd be single.
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
You'd be single.
Can you cook?
That's irrelevant.
Number 3, balance familiarity and mystery. Alright ladies, watch this closely, okay? Pay attention to my hands right now. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, so what just happened here? Well, most likely, I capture your full attention at 2 key moments. First, by telling you to pay attention, and second, when I stopped moving and you were waiting for my next clap. By creating that pause, I engaged your curiosity and kept you focused, right? So how can you apply this concept when it comes to love and relationships? Well, sometimes you need to create that space where a man can miss you, wondering where you are or what you're up to and who has the privilege of your company. And before you say it, because I know that you're thinking about it, this is not playing games, okay? It's more about living a life full of your own passions, interests, and independence. It's not you sitting by the phone anxious, thinking, okay, I'm gonna wait 30 minutes to text him so he can miss me. It's you being so absorbed in your own activities that you didn't even see his text message. Your absence will always make him reevaluate how he treats your presence. It's just a gentle reminder to him of what life feels like when you're not around. This is also an important test to see if someone really values your company or merely sees you as an option, because a man that's truly interested in you will never risk losing you. Number 4. What feelings are you evoking in him? When a man thinks about you, ladies, it's not just what he sees, but also how you make him feel. When you have to go, when you're not around, he'll remember how he feels when you're by his side. The strong feelings that you give him while you're together will stick with him and be on his mind when you're absent. So when you're spending time with him, I want you to focus on what I call the 3 P's. Peace, purpose, and passion. And let me break this down for you. The first one is peace, which encompasses feelings of joy, optimism, and tranquility. When you bring peace into the relationship, you foster a sense of security and happiness. Purpose means having shared goals, meaningful conversations, and a sense of direction together. It's about encouraging each other's dreams and aspirations and working together towards a common future. And passion, well, that signifies the spark, excitement, and chemistry between you two. It's about keeping the romance alive, showing affection and maintaining that special connection, ensuring the relationship remains vibrant and fulfilling. And what I found in my coaching practice is that when you only have 2 of these elements, the connection often suffers, which can sometimes lead a person to seek what's missing outside of the relationship. And final, number 5, he won't let you go easily. Just because a man is not letting you go, it does not mean that he loves you. If someone gives you the bare minimum to the point that you get fed up and you decide to walk away, but then you notice that they start putting in the effort to keep you temporarily and do enough to convince you to stay, only to return to the same behavior after a few months. Never confuse comfort with mindful effort. A lot of the times a man is comfortable having his needs met by you, so he doesn't want to lose access to that. But the moment that he finds comfort somewhere else, he will not longer need you and leave you drained and depleted. It's literally the same as people that don't want to be fired because they need the money and want to keep getting paid, or someone who loves their job so much that they want to impress their boss so they can get the promotion. Alright ladies, that's your new game plan for going from just being another woman to the one that he can afford to overlook. But the most important thing is that it's not just about knowing these steps, it's about embodying them. Because I think most times, ladies, you know all of these things, but you keep making the same decisions and falling to the same patterns. Okay, so that's all I have for today, ladies. Thanks so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you chose me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationship dynamics, because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change. Have a beautiful day.